lovely Mikayla, here to talk about your life with Jesus with Marshall and Sam.
I'm the replacement.
Georgia.
Where is
I'm
he?
the replacement.
It's
I don't know.
better.
Yeah.
Far better looking than Sam and I joined together even.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool.
Oh,
My debut now. My debut.
yeah. So Sam, in the last minute,
Oh.
pulled the pin. So,
Sam.
so that's okay. That's all right. We've got a far better replacement.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Cool.
Mikayla, your maiden name?
Simons. Yeah, Simons. Yep.
Mikayla Simons.
Yes.
Born.
Ooh.
Yeah, funny. Eh?
I know.
Still S. Still S.
Yep.
Stapp. How long have you been married to Ben?
4 years.
Is that all?
Yeah, 4.5.
Wow.
How
But
long-
we've been together for like 10.
Oh, so you've been together for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long,
engagement.
no,
Long
Really?
friendship.
short engagement, 2 months.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Wow.
Long friendship.
Wow,
Long
that's-
friendship.
Wow. Yeah.
Lots of things to get through and
Yeah.
I don't know, little things. We were only young, like 17.
When you first went out.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And it still was like a whole year of getting like to know his family. You know, that was scary. And then
Oh yeah.
it's just lots of time.
How many siblings have you got?
One,
Just you and
my brother,
older,
younger.
younger.
Yeah.
Okay. So meeting the Stapp family would have been intense.
Very.
Oh. I'm keen to hear about it.
Totally.
Let's hear about it.
We knew. I knew Josh. You see,
Yeah.
from a long time ago,
Yeah.
for many years.
True.
So that was intense.
True.
So
Yeah.
any of the brothers, I think, are.
Yeah.
Oh, except Luke.
Luke.
He's pretty.
He's
chill.
easy.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's awesome.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
they're all awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was real intense. And like, I feel like Gary now is a lot more chilled out
Yeah.
than back then.
Yeah.
So it was like more scary
Yeah.
back then than it
Yeah.
you can even probably imagine.
Yeah.
But not now. He's like my dad
Yeah.
now.
Oh.
Yeah.
But like back then,
Yeah.
yeah,
He was like a authority
he
figure.
was the chief. Yeah.
He was the chief, man.
And then you get to meet him. Oh,
Yeah.
thinking about it, it was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Oh.
good.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so how, like, you weren't brought up in the church, or anything?
No.
Do you want to fill us, like, what was your upbringing like then? Just,
Yeah. It was good. Like I still had a good upbringing.
Yep.
Like my dad's awesome. My mum's awesome. My dad's like an accountant, high up, real good.
cool.
Good guy, onto it, knows a lot of stuff. So yeah, I had a good upbringing, but it was just, yeah, it wasn't like with a relationship with God or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like my parents were quite strict too, so I went through a real rebellious stage because there was so many like boundaries and like
Yeah.
home by 5, kind of like really strict parents kind of thing until I was like 18.
Wow.
And so it kind of made me go the other way,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, had like a little bit of a naughty stage. But otherwise, my upbringing was
Yeah, cool.
normal
Standard.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Great. Well,
Yep.
probably not normal
Yeah,
because
true,
good parents
true,
are rare,
true.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
True.
That's cool. So you're
Mm.
close with your mum and dad, obviously. Yeah. You just went and saw them.
And my mum's here at the moment too.
Oh, how
So
cool is
good.
that?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. Yep.
And so, never had any sort of God conscience or awareness of God or anything like that, or just
My mum and her family would say they were Catholic.
okay?
Like, I don't know what
Like
that means.
Catholic.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
would say they're Catholic, but what does that mean?
Okay.
Didn't really understand.
Yeah, there's no, they would no practicing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Understand.
yeah, I didn't know. Like, and I'd been to like mass. I went to like Catholic schools and
Right.
like did religious studies, and so I actually did know quite a bit about the Bible, but not a real relationship with Jesus or anything like that. It was just head knowledge
Yeah.
Yeah.
from school.
Okay. And so, like, how far in the background in life was God? Like, far.
Yeah.
Far.
Yeah, and that's what made like the whole when I turned my life around, I guess, coming to Jesus was probably quite hard for my parents because it was like we just did life over here, and then I decided to change my life, I guess, and then and it was hard for them because they had raised me to do this, and I'd always just done that, whatever that was, and then now to fully change my life completely, like went full 360, whatever you want to call it, 180.
Yeah.
Like, and then so it was hard for them. Like, it was a big change. Like, they're like, why are you going to church so much and stuff like that. So that was hard for them, but it was good.
Were you the first in your family to like know God too, or did your brother or like anything?
Yeah.
Were you the first to kind of go to church and stuff?
Yep. I found out my great grandma was like a full devoted Christian.
Wow.
But it's like my nana's mum, so
didn't really know.
Don't know her.
Yeah. Well.
But she was like full, like my nana said, like full, like
full on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Praying and things like that. So that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because when I look at my family now, I'm like, what happened? Like, like it's just, it didn't.
Yeah.
But then,
carry on.
Yeah, and then he's like, me.
Yay.
I'm like, yay. To just change the whole.
So good.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It is really
But
cool.
it's real for you. It's you. Because
Yeah.
you didn't know that about your
No.
great-grandmother.
Nah.
So you're just...
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, cricket was a bit of a sport, was it?
Yes,
Cricket.
I don't know. It was just
Hey, it's a cool
fun
fact. I wouldn't have known that at all.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, well, because my dad, my brother played, and I grew up because my parents are split.
Ah,
And so,
How old were you when that happened?
3? No.
Wow.
My brother was 3 or 4, something like that.
So you've kind
It's all I've ever,
Wow.
Yeah, all I've ever
you
known.
never knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that young.
Yeah.
And so my brother and dad would play, and then dad was like, do you want to play? And like, like when you're just the only girl, you just
Just
Yeah.
do it.
do it.
Whatever.
Yeah. And you just go play with the boys, and then he enrolls you in a boys only cricket team, and you're like, okay,
Really?
do it.
So you're the only girl.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's
Cool.
so cool though.
Yeah.
How long did you play cricket for?
Like my whole life, up until I left school.
So you could probably play it now, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Mikayla
Wow.
played with the under 30s.
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Wow.
At
No,
that
you played
thing.
with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she
that's
bowled a
so
few of the young
cool.
guys out.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So did you play for a women's team and stuff as well later?
Yeah. When I got to school, so I went to a girls only school,
Yeah.
college,
Yeah.
you call it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And got into like the top team, and
Wow.
we went and like won the nationals, and it was
Come
cool.
on.
Like it was
Yeah.
it
That's
was good
cool.
fun when we got into the girls team. But when I think about it, like the young, I would not do that to Emily.
Yeah.
But like, just play with the boys. But yeah, I played with girls, played up
Cool.
until left school, and then
Yeah.
after that, I was like,
Nah.
that's the end of
Me.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like end of an
Yeah.
era.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I-
Era, not a mistake era.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like end of a phase.
Yep.
Season.
yeah. It would be more like we'd go down for fun now with
Yeah.
Ben or something at
Yeah.
the park,
Yeah.
and that would be fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
So meeting Ben, how did that happen?
Yeah, it's a cool story. So we live next door to each other.
What?
Yeah, we live next door to
Wow.
each other in Tawa, Wellington, New Zealand. He'd lived there longer. My mum went out with their neighbour, and they still go out now. Terry, who's always lived next door to Ben's parents.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
water there.
Yeah. There's
Thank
some
you.
water if you want it.
I think I'm good. Anyway, and then my mum decided to move in with her partner, which is next door to Ben.
There you go.
Yeah, and so he would always be, because her partner has like kids as well,
Yeah.
that are like my age. And so Ben grew up with them next door.
Okay.
And so he was always over. Maybe I will.
Have a little
I feel
water
like I
break.
have like something.
Guys? Yeah.
So awkward. Okay. So he would always be over playing with them.
Right.
And I was just like, who's this dude? And he would always have like a girlfriend, or like, it was just what I wouldn't have thought of him me and him ever back then. Like, he was just this
Oh.
guy that was always over, and he had girlfriends, and he was just there. Like, he was just there, and he's older than me. He's 2 years older than me, so
Right.
it felt like a lot. I was
Big
like,
gap.
yeah,
Yeah.
back then, because I was in school and he wasn't.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
like, weird.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, he didn't have a girlfriend, and then, yeah.
Might come and see what.
So
the-
when did you, 17 you said?
Yep.
So you were still at school?
Yep.
Your last year of school?
Last year of school.
Yeah.
I remember messaging him in school.
Wow. So he'd pick you up after school?
Sometimes,
Oh my gosh.
yes. Drop me to
Wow.
like.
Was your mum still strict then?
But when Ben, because Ben was like, he's such a good dude. Like, when we decided to go out, like, officially, he made the effort, and he came over to my dad's and, like, personally introduced himself.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, such a good thing to do at, like, that age, like,
Yeah.
18, you know, you're like,
Yeah.
That's very
pretty
good.
bold. Yeah. He came over, introduced himself, and then
Yeah.
my dad was like, wow, okay. And then after that, they really, like, trusted me with him.
Yeah.
I think, like, I could go out and it would be okay if it was
Yeah.
with him, because they were like, oh, cool, this guy's like,
Still no God consciousness?
nah, not then.
Wow.
Even though, because Ben was a pastor's kid, right?
Yeah.
So did you know much about that side of it? Did you know much about that side of his life when you started dating him too? Like,
Yeah, kind of. Like, I would see it on his Facebook page. He'd been at a conference or something. What the heck's a conference? That's weird.
what is that?
What is that? Yeah, but because you're so young, you're just like, cool, like what is that? I don't know. You're just like, cool. And then,
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
what is a Rise conference? But yeah, and then, not back then. But I think it got to the point actually where I, like, wanted to take him to my ball, my final end of year ball.
Yeah.
And he said, like, oh, I probably couldn't because my dad. And I was like, oh, why can't, what's wrong with your
What's
dad?
wrong with your dad, man?
Yeah. And then it went from there.
So he didn't go to your formal?
No,
Oh.
I know. Took some,
So he didn't even ask his dad?
regret. Major
Big
regret.
regret.
I know.
Poor form.
Yeah. I
So
know.
did you go with someone else?
Yeah, I did. And that's like, it makes me
Oh,
sad because, like, where we
yeah.
are now, how cool would it have been to, like, have formal
Hello?
photos?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
well.
It's for us to learn as parents.
Yeah,
For
it's true.
your yeah.
Let's not be so strict. But,
No, be strict.
like, strict, but, like, you know,
Yeah.
you want to be able to have open.
Yeah. Have a
Be
good
strict.
balance.
Be
Yeah.
strict.
Yep,
It-
strict. Okay.
Yeah.
Be strict. Talk about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So Ben's in your life. Obviously not being a good witness for the Lord.
Not so. Not so much.
He's hanging around next door where you are.
Yeah. Oh, sounds so bad.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
And
So-
it is just, it's part of my testimony.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Flirt to convert.
Yeah. Well, without knowing what he was doing, yeah.
So tell us about the introduction to the Stapp clan.
Yep. Oh, the very first, actually, but he had like a surgery on his feet. And that was a big surgery. And he was waking up from his surgery. And he was like, you can come see me if you want. Like, bring some McDonald's. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went in, saw him, gave him McDonald's. And we had like the curtains closed in the room. And we were just talking. And then his parents just walked, opened the curtain. That was the first introduction to Gary and Lee Stapp.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was very scary.
Did he say, "Who are you"?
Literally
He
like
probably
that.
said that, eh?
Literally
So
like
Ben
that.
didn't actually say, "Look, I've got this girlfriend," and you
No,
know.
this is Gary would have done that.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Do you have a car? And I swear that was like one of the first questions. Can you drive?
Wow.
I was like, yep.
Oh my
Papa G.
goodness.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very. Who are you? And then Lee's very nice.
Yeah, she's beautiful,
Soft,
man.
yeah.
She's lovely.
She is
Wow.
nice to me.
So in the hospital,
Yep.
that's when you first meet.
First eye to eye, like, hello, contact. And then.
So Ben hadn't even talked about you. How long you been? Maybe.
Were you official?
Probably maybe like a few months. Yeah.
Yep.
Official.
Wow.
Yeah.
One way to.
Meet the family?
Yeah. Honestly. And then his brother came too, and it's just ooh,
Josh or Luke?
Luke
Oh yeah.
with all his friends.
Wow.
Yeah, Luke's like,
Who's this girl?
yeah.
Did he know you, Luke?
No.
No.
Even though you were a neighbour.
Yeah, I think Gary did know me because he had actually said to Ben maybe like months before this when he had broken up with a prior girlfriend or something. He said, the girl next door's pretty. Ben was like,
What?
What the heck?
yeah. And so I think he had seen me probably because next door
Walking
Gary.
into the
Yeah, you just see.
yeah.
There you go. So then you're at the hospital having McDonald's with your boyfriend and you find out, oh, his dad doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what was Ben's reaction?
Well, he was on a lot of drugs.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he would have been
Yeah, because he has a major surgery, like
Okay.
sore as, like
Right.
lots of pain. So like painkillers, not drugs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just kind of like I just feel like it was just zoned out. Like, oh, this is Mikayla. Okay.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny. I love.
Well, at least so that was the first interaction.
Yeah.
Then when did you find out about the whole church thing, God thing from Ben then?
Probably not, like maybe a week or so after that ish.
Okay, because you would have been going, Ben, what's going on? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and I wanted like to not be scared of his dad as
Yeah.
well. I think I
Yeah.
remember saying stuff like that. And then he said something basically along the lines of, if you come to church, my dad might like you. Sorry. Yeah. And it was literally like that. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I've been to
church, no
Yeah.
problem.
easy. Just
I've been
sit
to
there.
mass before.
Yeah.
I've been to
I
a
know what
Catholic
it's like.
church.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Just
Yeah,
sit there.
wow.
That's easy. I can do
no
that.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was not like that. You could like people come up to you and
How's it going? Nice
Yeah.
to meet you. Oh, what's your name?
yeah. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did you find your first experience, like walking into a church service? Like, how did you find it?
It was cool. It was scary because Ben was playing because he played every Sunday.
Right.
And there was no like off week. It was like always on. And so he was like, you just have to turn up. What? Oh.
Nothing. Just
Okay,
yeah,
okay, cool.
continue.
And so yeah, so he was like, just turn up and make sure you dress like appropriately. And I was like, what's that? Like I didn't dress like bad. But like he was like trying to tell me just to protect me probably.
just
So
low key.
yeah, so I didn't walk in like a real short skirt or you know.
Didn't know.
Yeah, and not know. So he just told me to walk in, dress nice, and sit down. I was like, okay. So I walked in, and I see him on stage playing the guitar, and I was like, oh my gosh! And everyone, the door greeter comes up to you, some
Yeah.
people, and you're like, whoa, okay. It's
Wow.
nice to be
Yeah.
greeted though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And welcomed and
welcomed.
Yeah.
But for someone that's only like 18, it was a lot.
overwhelming.
Yeah, by yourself
Oh, because he would have been there
on
early.
the stage. Yeah,
And
So
you would have
you-
just been standing there watching him play on
Yeah.
the stage.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty cool.
Did Pastor G preach that morning?
Yep. Yes, he did. Don't
Wow.
remember the word. Though.
No, of
I
course.
was gonna say.
Of course.
Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he did. Yep.
Wow. And then so God was what? Like you were just in shock.
Yeah, like I just sat there and I remember. No, that wasn't that time actually, but I do remember we'd go to church and sometimes he'd like hold my hand and we'd have like the youth pastors come tell us off and we sit at the back. Like we were just kind of like at the back seat bandits kind of
Oh yeah.
people. Yep. But my very first time going in, I sat there. He sat next to me after he got off stage, and I don't remember the word, but I remember thinking this place is real interesting. And then I just remember Lee came up to me when they were doing an altar call,
Nice.
and she was like, "Do you want to give your heart to Jesus?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay." And I went up the front with her, and I just started repeating the prayer. And I just remember crying, like just
Wow.
crying, yeah, saying it, and it felt so real. And I was like
Wow.
shaking. Yeah, it's like I can remember it like it was yesterday.
You're
The very first
the
time.
very first time.
And
you-
it's-
Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy because like if Lee hadn't asked, would I have like gone up?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's
like-
pretty cool.
And it's not something she always does too. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why did she
Yeah,
do that
no, she is
Yeah.
a very quiet,
to
reserved
me?
person.
Yeah.
I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow, how cool is that? So you walked up with her,
Yep.
and then you're like, oh, you start praying the prayer.
Yeah. Following after her.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. It was. It was crazy. And then I remember like afterwards, I was like, was that real? You're like, whoa. It was like just so out of it. Like,
18.
yeah.
How cool is
That's
that?
pretty cool that your mother-in-law led you to the Lord in a
Yeah.
sense, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's actually so cool.
It is cool. Like they raised me like as a baby Christian to
Yeah.
now
Wow,
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Totally
They
That's so
have, yeah.
cool.
the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. And so what was Ben would have been up on stage like crying?
Yeah, probably. He was on stage though. Yeah,
Yeah, he would have been shook.
yeah,
'Cause
and then
it's pretty moving.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. And then so you're on this journey
yeah.
of discovering God. Like, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I just remember after that we went into like a room and they talked me through everything that I'd done because I didn't really understand, but they wanted me to understand, which was good. And then after that, I left and I had like not so good friends back then. Like I didn't have any obviously Christian friends. Like we just had friends that I would drink with and whatever. And so I wanted to go tell them like what had just happened, and they told me to too. The leaders of church that talked to me. They're like, go tell someone. Like I don't know why, but they told me to do that. And so I wanted to go tell my friends, and then and I told them, and then it was just from there. We just like kind of started changing a bit, like myself. Like I didn't want to go do the stuff I was doing with them, and they knew, and they thought it was a bit strange. Like
They knew something was different about you.
yeah. And so and then just from then we went. Oh wow, it's so hard. It's like, do you want the whole thing? Or?
Yeah.
Yep. So I lost all my friends. Lost
Wow.
all those old friends. Yep, they were all gone. After probably like a year or two, I was like, this isn't so good. I didn't really have many friends in church, but like I just had Ben, and so it was just like me and Ben, and then we were probably doing things not so right, I guess, as in our relationship, and so stuff there like Ben kind of got stuff was changing for him because he was obviously doing like music and stuff,
Worship
and
and
so
stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
and so he took time off from that to change, to get things right with us, and then we did that, and then it was just like a slow kind of journey from there, and then all of a sudden, oh man, it must have been like 3 years after that they approached Ben, asked him to be me and him to be the youth pastors, and I was
Wow.
like,
Whoa.
never ever would I have imagined. Yeah, it was
So did you become the youth pastors?
yes. These people that are real naughty.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like out of all the leaders, there's like some mean-ass, like real good leaders in the church, and then there's like you, and we were like, us,
Radio.
yeah. So we did that, and we still weren't married. So we did that for probably 2 years,
Wow.
not
So
married.
cool.
Yeah.
And fruiting all that, but we were like full for Jesus though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we just had
Come on.
stuff to work out before we got married. So we did that, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
crazy. And when
Was it every week, the youth? Wow.
Yep. every Friday, school
Wow.
holidays, Christmas holidays,
Full on.
yeah, New Zealand styles. Like I don't know, it was just crazy.
And you're working?
Yep.
Whereabouts?
Vet nursing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was studying as well in between all.
Whoa. What was the
Yeah.
study? Like, how many years did you have to study to become a vet?
Like I did my certificate in like it's vet nursing.
Yeah.
It's not vet.
Oh.
And so that's like my certificate was about a year and a half.
Wow.
And so that's qualified in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then just in our like first year of marriage, it must have been 2017. I decided to do my diploma,
Oh, cool.
which is another year of
Yeah.
study. But
Oh,
that's like
good.
3 years after my certificate.
Right.
So in between like running youth group and all that, we studied, and
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. So, so obviously God was real, and following Christ was more and more your lifestyle.
Yes, it was. And it got more and more and more.
Yeah.
And we decided we could see that through like, just like family was noticing a difference, and there's a bit of like friction there. Like you couldn't come to like a family gathering on a Sunday and they want to know why. They couldn't understand like what had changed and why such a big change. So there was a lot of that, and a lot of changes with his friends and my friends, and like
Yeah. The whole friends thing's quite interesting, eh? Because like sitting here now, do you miss those old friends that weren't good company? Like, was it hard them pulling away from you? How did you feel on that time?
Yeah, probably probably wasn't hard. But I like, and I don't miss them, but I feel compassion for them.
Yeah, sure.
Because a lot of them are still in the same place, same old.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't miss where we were and what we were doing, but I feel compassion for them and, like, maybe sad, like I just want to love them
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
But
Because I don't know if people realise when you follow the Lord, like, everything is up for a change.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You're putting it all on the table.
Yeah,
So your friendships,
Yeah.
if they're not encouraging you to follow the Lord, what are they for?
it's not going to
Yeah.
work.
It's not.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
When you don't have that in common and your morals.
yeah,
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's quite a big transition into a whole new community, and then you're leading these young ones.
young ones. Yeah.
Did you feel adequate being a leader?
No, definitely not. The first few years, like for me and Ben, was hard. Like we definitely weren't as strong as you'd say now. Then back then, like
Sure.
very indecisive. Like
Wow.
have to ask first, kind of. Didn't really like. We were looking for direction from God, obviously.
Yeah.
Only Him. It's His ministry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But like it was like we were still very like scared to make big decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Well, it's young people's lives, and you
Yeah.
feel the pressure.
Yeah.
What are some of the good stories like from there? Like you would have grown so much.
So
And learnt
much.
heaps, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was like, that's the big thing. Like when you talk to like our friends back there, it's like there would be like the growth for both of you guys is huge. But especially for me, because when I first walked in, I was very like hard, quiet kind of person to go to now leading like a big group of young people. They were like, wow. So that was a really good thing. That was crazy. And like when I think about it now, I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. Like God is so good.
Yeah.
He could take you from that to that. It's
Yeah.
insane. And we watched like so many young kids' lives change.
Come
like
on.
we had crazy youth camps and like
So fun.
the Holy Spirit was like kids speaking in tongues, like for the first time on the ground. Like it was just it
That's
was
awesome.
crazy cool. Like,
That's good.
yeah.
So you got married what year? 2017.
17 January. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you moved over here.
Yep.
Last year,
Last year, 2020.
2020.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you had to quarantine.
Yeah.
Through COVID, how was quarantine?
Awesome. With the 1-year-old.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Crazy.
No, it was okay. It's actually, when I think about it now, it's like you can't get that time of doing nothing back ever again.
Wow.
Like we
that's
had
so
nothing
true, eh?
to do. No responsibility. We were just in this whole new country.
It's your little
You
family.
never get that again. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
You get food brought to you. You don't have to do your laundry. You just sat there. Yeah, when you think about it like that, you're like, I can never get that again.
Wow.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Shivers.
Holy moly.
But it was in a room.
Yeah.
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 It's a
but-
prison cell.
Yeah. Of nothing.
Did it feel a bit like that?
It did, but we just enjoyed it. Like you just do it.
That's cool.
What made you want to move to the Gold Coast,
I think
Australia?
there was like a lot of changes going on back home, and like life was also like quite. Things are expensive in New Zealand,
Right.
and so we had been here on holiday heaps. Like at least twice a year we'd come here, see Josh and all that, and just for holidays. And so we just kind of were like, let's give it a go. Like stuff was changing and at church, and we just we knew that we could sell our house and buy a house here, and then the cost of living, and we've got a family now. We've got other, things to think about.
Yeah.
In terms of her future.
Yeah. True.
So it was like because it's hard to live in New Zealand. Like the wages
Yeah.
is low, and
Yeah.
cost of living's high.
Yeah.
So like it's, I don't want to sound real like dull, but like it's like quite hard. It's like struggle street, like paycheck to paycheck kind of life.
That's pretty true, eh?
It is.
Especially at the moment, with what's
Yeah.
happening with COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I like New Zealand. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also had to get to a point where we're like, what do we want for
Your
our
family.
kids, and
Yeah.
our family.
And all his family's here.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Wow. What's what's one word of encouragement maybe for that late teens
Yeah.
age group? Trying to discover like reality of God,
Mm.
purpose and all that. What would be sort of a word of encouragement for them if they're in that stage?
Yeah. Mine would be don't follow the crowd. Like, be your own person.
Nice.
Because I've seen so many young people. They just do, like, they're their own person, and they have such an awesome, like, perspective and, like, a want for their life, or, like, a plan, that goals, I guess. But then they're just following a crowd that's not good, or, doing silly things, but they know that that's not even where or what they want, but they're just following. Scared to be different. Hey?
Yeah, wow.
Wow, that's
be
really
different.
good.
Yeah,
I think
wow.
that's really great.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. Too scared to be different.
Yeah. And that was the thing me and Ben had to do. Well, sorry, let's not talk on Ben's behalf. Was to be different.
Let's talk on Ben's behalf.
But yeah, like, it was like I had to make a decision to not turn away, but like move away from friends and the things I was doing, and just be different. Like, it was what I chose to do, and it's a choice to follow Jesus. Hey, and so
Yeah, it is costly, eh?
Yep.
But no regrets.
no regrets.
So
So
good.
worth it. Be
Wow.
different. Don't be like everyone else in the world.
Because
That's
it's
so
true, eh?
Mm.
The world is just like everyone else.
Yep.
They're just doing the same thing,
Yeah.
even though they think they're unique and different.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Wow. Well, anything else you want to share? How's life at the moment?
Yeah, what's happening at the moment?
Settling in all right?
Yeah. Settling in good.
Good.
Yep.
Takes a while.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. No, it's been good though.
Yeah.
Like, we got a house pretty
Great.
quickly, and then settled in chapel, and
Great.
yeah, it's been good. We got baby number 2 coming.
You
Oh, yo. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you. So, do you get sort of morning sickness or you feel a bit yuck?
Coping
or
alright.
Good now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
First few weeks are hard. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Emily's gonna be a big sister.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She will be too.
Yeah.
She'll be like a boss big sister.
She is
Yeah.
like full on, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, she
I know what that's like.
really.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a bit
God.
like
Well,
that.
we'll come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's
Go.
very
Cool though.
Go to Rochelle.
okay.
That's probably good.
Yeah, yeah. She's so fiery. Like,
Wow.
knows exactly what
really?
she wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, it's a
Fire.
lot.
It's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Keep you on your toes.
Oh.
There you go. Keep Dad on his toes.
Mm. Yes.
Good. Well, we certainly just love hearing a little bit more of the story. Just
Yeah.
a little bit more about you and the journey. I think
Yeah.
it's courageous. I think it's amazing. Just rock up by yourself with your
Yeah.
boyfriend on the stage.
Yeah.
God taps you on
Yeah.
the shoulder.
Yeah. Honestly, God is so good. Yeah. He is so good.
Yeah.
Like, crazy good. He blows my mind.
So good.
Where, like, he's taken me from and then to. Like, it's crazy, but he can do it for anyone.
Do you feel like you're just on this ride,
Yeah.
Wow.
going along?
We're just going.
That's
yeah,
good.
with him. He's the
Wow.
best. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing
Yeah. Thank
and being open and vulnerable and just showing us how God pursued you and
Mm.
you surrendered ultimately.
Yeah.
You choose. But thank you for that.
Thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for being on the
Hopefully,
awesome.
podcast.
hopefully that was okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
totally.
awesome.
We have to
So
have Ben
good.
on the next podcast.
I'll scare his side of it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Now that we've heard the true side,
we'll hear the other side.
It wouldn't be funny if you got like Gary and Lee's too, and if it all just
That's
Yeah,
actually,
do a family podcast. Josh,
Actually-
Stapp, Jamie.
actually, Gary
That'd
and Lee
be-
would be sick.
yeah.
Actual.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've known the Stats for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Josh Stapp used to be Dad's intern. And
Yeah.
I remember as an 8-year-old, Josh used to push me and Taylor around in the wheelbarrow. Is that what it's called? Wheelbarrow?
Not
Wheelbarrow.
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 The wheelbarrow around the backyard. He's supposed to be helping Dad out with stuff. He's just pushing us around and
Mucking around.
Yeah.
playing on
typical.
the trampoline. Like, he
Yeah.
was so
No work
crack
got
up.
done.
No, typical.
Mucking around.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
They're the best. Yeah.
Stat
Steps.
boys.
Yeah.
Boys.
I love Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Josh. He's awesome. Because I've
Yeah.
known him so long.
So long.
So it's cool.
And he's like you. Like when the way he
In
talks,
some aspects, Dad.
the way he
okay?
talks and like his mannerisms.
Yeah, a little bit, eh?
Yeah.
A little bit, but not.
It's
Like,
hard
you
for
know.
probably you to tell, but like when you come, you're like, wow,
Okay.
he's just like much. But he's been around you for so long.
So
yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool. And I've really enjoyed getting to know Ben a little bit.
Mm.
And Luke's a bit of a quiet horse, eh?
Yeah.
He's cool, man.
He's cool.
There's good brothers there.
Yeah.
And you get on all get on well and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've all been like in the same picture about the same time.
Yeah, cool.
Like 10 years it must be, all of us.
So cool.
The 6 of us.
It's good.
Yeah, but we were always the youngest. And
Are you the youngest?
yeah, I'm the very youngest out of all of them.
Wow. Who's the
Yeah.
oldest?
Josh,
Josh and then Jamie
Jamie,
must be.
Luke,
Oh, Luke and then
Danny.
Danny, then Ben, and then you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So me and Ben are the youngest, and
There you go.
being the youngest
How
is hard.
cool. yeah.
It's hard,
Yeah.
especially when you're growing up the oldest, and then
Yeah.
and then for his family, it's like, oh, now we're the youngest. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Oh, thanks for your time.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you.